The J1 waiver process through exceptional hardship with your US citizen spouse needs to be done correctly. And if you wanting to do it yourself, then this video is for you. For we are successfully done this in the year 2021 to 2023. And I am now a green card holder from a J1 teacher, now helping you how to do it. So let's dive in and let the journey begin. Hello everyone, good day. My name is Emmary. Welcome to Powerful Couple Journey, where we talk about our day-to-day lives here in the US and about do-it-yourself immigration process. For today's video, we are going to talk about the J1 waiver exceptional hardship process. At the same time, what is the most important thing you have to do, and talk about how to expedite the process and how to learn the processing time and all those important things that we have to learn about the forms with the USCIS and the Department of State. I remember the time when we have our J1 waiver process in the year 2021. It is quite daunting because we don't have a lot of information from the internet. All we did was did a research. At the same time, we listened to different kinds of videos like this on the internet, especially in YouTube. That way, we could really relay the information that is also valuable to us, and at the same time, put it in our papers. In the year 2021, we got married in the spring, and we are so happy that our friends or family are there and supporting our new relationship, that we are flourishing here in the United States of America. When it comes to our forms, we strategically make sure that we know what are the forms to submit. Like for example, if you were a K1 visa, we started with that and how to process that one. But then since I'm a J1 teacher with 212E rule from the Philippines, and we all know that the Philippines is not quite lenient now when it comes to giving the no objection statement to those that are married to a US citizen or legal permanent resident or have a US born citizen child. So the only way that we can get the 2-year home residency requirement out of our way is to get the waiver. And now that's what we have done with the J1 waiver process. Don't get me wrong, we also consulted a lawyer here in Central Florida, but the only thing is it's an hourly consultation, and we had an hour of consultation with him. The only thing that we got from him is it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work. Maybe because he doesn't have any ideas on how to do or file the J1 waiver as a Filipina married to a US citizen here in the US. So I don't blame him, but I'm so thankful with all his information as well that he is telling us about this, and that. And now I am telling you this because this is part of my experience, and really hoping that you don't do the same mistake as we do that delays our process. So let's start with the forms. You need to submit the forms to the USCIS and the Department of State. The first form that you have to submit is the Form I-130. That is the petition for alien relative. It has nothing to do with the waiver, but it is very important for you to adjust your status later to get your green card. Then you also have to include the Form I-130A. And I have videos about this one if you wanted to know how to fill out the form and ask help on your husband's part. Then we have the videos here. Just look at our playlist, and we are giving you the information that we have and really hoping to share ideas as well. You also have to go through with the Form I-612. That is the waiver. Then you have to be strategic with the DS-3035 submitted to the Department of State, because the Form I-612 and the DS-3035 go hand in hand. So you need to make sure that you have all the papers already, the statement of reasons, all of those information. If you wanted to get the checklist that I have, that is going to be the most important thing that you have to prepare, since it has all the documents that you'll be needing, and it will help you prepare the papers, especially if you are married to your US citizen spouse or about to get married and start with the process and you already have all the information in your hands. The Form I-485 is what we call as adjustment of status, AOS. We are really blessed if we got married to our US citizen spouse, because we can submit this one and have a work permit through a Form I-765. But if you only have a U.S. citizen child, this is going to be different because you cannot adjust your status right away since you are not petitioned by your immediate relative, which is your spouse. But if you will soon get your waiver, then you can have an H-1B with your employer. It's really up to you to decide and learn about the process, and we're giving the information to you for free and hoping you will stick to us at the end of the video. If you find this helpful, please give us a like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way we can spread the information about J1 waiver process through do-it-yourself. Then there are other forms that you have to submit aside from the Form I-485. You also have the Form I-693, which is the medical record. You will have to find all the details in the USCIS online portal. It is very important now to submit the medical records that you have included in your Form I-485 because there is a new guidelines that they have had with the USCIS that if you will not submit your Form I-693 medical records together with your Form I-485, then there might be a chance that it will be denied right away without even giving you a request for evidence or RFE. If you wanted to get a Form I-485 adjustment of status and submit your Form I-765 work permit, including your Form I-131, which is a travel document, then you can do this as well. The only thing though is if you are not granted with your Form I-131 travel document, then you'll only get a standalone card, which is the work permit. In my case, in the year 2021, when I had this, I got the combo card, which is the work permit and the travel document, which is put together in one card. So it has the details there, and it is very important to know as well, if you are from the Philippines and you are still processing your papers, it is not advisable to go home even though you got your Form I-131. The reason for that is we don't know if the customs are very strict or they can say that you abandoned your case. So right now it's very crucial to not go home while you are still processing your papers. Now let's go with the processing time when it comes to Form I-130, the petition for alien relative. I am from the state of Florida, so there are a lot of service centers that you can have. Just look at it in USCIS.gov and you will see what I'm talking about, or research in Google about the processing time on Form I-130 and you will see that one. But based on our research and what we're looking on the internet right now through the USCIS.gov, the processing time for the Form I-130 is 13 to 54 months or even 16 to 54 months, depending on the service center that you have submitted your papers. They will really tell you based on which state you are, because that's kind of like their way of organizing their papers on which service center you'll be submitting your papers. The Form I-130A is just a supplemental one, so all you need to do is to submit the papers that you have. It could be in a separate packet or it could be together with your Form I-130 because your spouse still needs to have an original signature and you have to mail that one through USPS, FedEx, UPS, depending on the courier that you're going to be using for your documents. The number one thing that we have to tell you is this, based on our own experience, and my husband has really been so helpful in this one. He would really wanted to have a tracking number. He will add additional fees on top of the mailing fees because he wanted to secure that our papers that we submitted to the USCIS is really going to the service center and we will be served in the right way, and at the same time there's no delay or our papers will be lost during transit. The Form I-612 has a processing time by the time of this recording is 18.5 months. Always take a look at the processing time and you would like to know when is the right schedule and when is the right time for you to have your papers. But make sure you get married before you process all your documents or else this is going to be nothing. The DS-3035 has a timeline or processing time of 6 to 12 months through exceptional hardship to your U.S. citizen spouse. Always take a look at the timeline, and that is very important because the processing time will tell you about the process and when will you be expecting your papers. I have a lot of J1 teacher friends through J1 Waiver Helping Hands group. Just agree to group rules. That way I could accept you immediately if you wanted to join. They are talking about when is the processing time? I submitted my papers 2 weeks ago. When can I see it in the portal? We'll take a look at the processing time, and always remember, if you have your tracking number, then you will know if your papers have been submitted, and then you will be notified on your phone, on your laptop, or your device if that is already in the service center that you have submitted based on the state that you are in here in the United States of America. Your Form I-485, together with your medical records that you have submitted, the processing time for that is 23 months to 26.5 months, depending on the service center that you have. So this one right here is service center in Vermont or in Miami, Florida. So you could just have to take a look at the processing time based on the place or state that you are in. The Form I-765, together with the Form I-131, that will be for concurrent filing that you have. It has separate fees right now after April 1, 2024, when they have all the changes in the immigration processing fees. The processing time for the Form I-765 and Form I-131 is 7.5 months. Always look at the uniqueness of your case. If you are compelled to do it yourself, you can do it. We are not immigration lawyers. We are just sharing to you our own experience. My husband and I has a very straightforward case, and we have our information that we already laid out prior to getting married. We have our joint bank accounts. We already have commingling based on our finances, and we also have some information that is valuable enough to give us this boost of confidence that we can really do it through do-it-yourself process. If you wanted to see the J1 waiver bundle that we have, all of the links, all of the cover letters, letters from friends and family, letter of recommendation from the medical doctor, psychological evaluation, and any other forms that you wanted to have from start to finish, please visit POWELLFULCOUPLEJOURNEY.com because those are all laid out to you, and the proceeds that we are getting, that one, we also give it to our mountain pastors that we are supporting in the Philippines because we have the desire to really help out, at the same time wanted to have the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ all throughout the world, and we're gonna start it through the Philippines, which is my home country. Always be strategic with your case, and you know that if you cannot do this, like for example, if you are divorced or during the annulment stage and you cannot bear the anxiety and the different kinds of problems along the way, then better get an immigration lawyer. There are already a lot of free consultation that you can get. Join J1 Waiver Helping Hands group through Facebook. Just agree to group rules. That way I can accept you immediately. There are plenty of J1 teachers already that have had their J1 waiver approved and have their green card through an immigration lawyer, and they are really sharing their experiences as well. But we all know paying to an immigration lawyer is very expensive. If you know that you can do it yourself, you have a very straightforward case, just like me and William. We are both single prior to getting married, so that's why we have the capacity to really make sure that we have the idea that we could really get it and we can pull this off together. Thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Powerful Couple Journey. That way we can share more ideas about J1 waiver process, life here in the US, and many more ideas that we could come up and share to you here in this YouTube channel. Thank you so much, and see you on my next video. God bless!